So it's pretty simple. We're going to name 10 different movies, and the other person's going to have to choose which 5 they want to keep and which 5 they want to get rid of. So we got Nolan movies versus Fincher movies. I tried to make this as hard as possible for you.
Dude, this list is a banger of keep 5, cut 5. This is a good. You put some good
I knew this
options
one
on
was
there.
going to be tough. Let's get rid of Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right off the bat, that's gonna hurt some people.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going in a different direction with that. That actually makes a lot of sense after you said it.
Welcome to Backseat Directing,
Where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
we're your hosts,
Andrew
and Aaron.
We put out new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And on this episode, we're doing Keep 5, Cut 5.
3, 2, 1,
Action. All right, Andrew, we each have 5 of these games that we're going to play, the Keep 5, Cut 5. So it's pretty simple. We're going to name 10 different movies, and the other person's going to have to choose which 5 they want to keep and which 5 they want to get rid of.
Yeah, so you guys have seen this game online before. It's basically just a fun way to like flesh out our opinions, but they won't necessarily all be movies. So some of them might be characters or actors, or I don't really know exactly what Aaron has prepared on his list.
All of mine are movies.
Hopefully this will generate some conversation because we'll be able to cut some clips and argue with you guys in the comments about how right or wrong we are.
Definitely. All right. Do you want to give me your list first, or do you want one of my lists first?
Let me give you one of my lists first.
Ooh,
I think it'll
okay.
be fun.
In the hot
Okay. While I'm teeing up my list, I do want to thank anybody who clicked on this video. It means a lot. It's how we grow the channel. Please make sure to share us with friends and family. It'll help grow the show, and make sure that you like and subscribe as well so you don't miss any of our awesome content. All right, Aaron. So our first one is going to be Fictional Leaders. Keep 5, cut 5. Here's your 10. Number 1, Optimus Prime. Number 2, Caesar, apes, together, strong. Number 3, Captain America. Are you feeling the heat? Number 4, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Batman himself. Number 5, Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How do you say that? Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's just hard to say fast. Number 6 is Ben Kenobi. Number 7 is Leonidas from 300. Number 8 is Superman himself. 9 is Mufasa, and 10 is Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. If you need to reference the list, I'm sending it to you now.
All right. This is a tough list. You especially starting out with some heavy hitters there.
I mean, and then even at 8, you got Superman.
I know.
And I know you like Lion King as well.
Okay.
What do you want? Are you going to do it one at a time? Keep 1, cut 1?
Okay, we can do that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and keep Batman.
I mean, obviously.
I mean,
number 1. I mean,
the leader of all these superhuman gods.
who do you want?
And he's a human.
Who do you
come
want
on.
leading you into battle?
Yeah, let's go.
Batman. I mean, who's going to make the
Exactly.
most tactical decision every turn?
And then cut. Let's get rid of Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right off the bat, that's going to hurt some people.
Yeah, sorry. I just didn't grow up watching it that much, so I don't have as much attachment. So I'd rather follow some of these other guys.
I mean, to be fair, to your credit, he's not leading as many people usually. I mean, he's leading a team of 4. Some of these people are leading.
All right, next one I'm going to keep is going to be definitely recency biased, but it's just the way it is. He is the ultimate leader, and that is Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
Let's go.
Dude,
Let's
he's
go.
a stud.
I know. I would have hopped on that recency bias so fast. I probably would have picked Caesar first.
I mean, it's just so even over Batman.
So Caesar hype train's so strong right
Dude,
now.
he's just one of the best written characters out there.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah, Kingdom, and he doesn't even talk like for a majority of the first movie he's in.
And that's what makes it so impressive, right? Of one, the character, but also like the performance of the character, of how Andy Serkis and the artists kind of work together to show off this character who's not really talking. That means he's got to be doing interesting things at all times, you know?
Yeah, he commands the respect of legions, of generations even, and even the audience of the films. Like he's the man. Who you cutting?
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with the Leo theme and get rid of Leonidas.
Oh, I thought you were going in a different direction with that. That actually makes a lot of sense after you said it. I mean, cut Leonidas. Obviously right. I don't think you've said anything egregious to me yet. I love Leonidas, but I mean, some people got to get cut.
Yeah, some people got to go.
Five got to go.
Some people got to go.
I mean, he led 300 men against an army of like thousands.
Yeah,
he's a top tier leader for sure. Deserves his spot in the 10.
The next one I'm gonna keep is gonna be Captain America. I mean, if you got Batman, Captain America is leading the Marvel version of all these characters. Yeah. You don't seem as excited about me keeping that one.
No, I was just thinking about it for a second. I mean, I was thinking about my response because what I was going to say about Cap is that it's like that George Washington thing. He wouldn't ask anybody to do anything he wouldn't do himself. Like when you see that scene in Endgame and he stands up to an army with a broken shield, one man against the entire horde and Thanos himself, like tightening the straps, like that's who you want as a leader, somebody who will like get their hands in the mud with you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, getting rid of someone here. I'm gonna go ahead and this one it's a little harder for me, but I'm gonna get rid of Mufasa.
Dang, I'm surprised by that one. I mean,
really?
Personally, I would have gotten rid of Mufasa.
Yeah, I know you hate Lion King.
I don't.
It's your least favorite movie of all time. So
I think it's one of the more overhyped movies of our generation.
Yeah,
but
he just doesn't have. We don't have as much time with Mufasa as a lot of these other leaders.
But it's impressive that he earned a spot in a 10 like this with limited screen time.
Absolutely.
I mean, part of James Earl Jones' voice is just automatic respect.
Okay, so now I'm on to keeping someone, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi,
General Kenobi. I mean, they didn't make him a general for no reason. I mean, he's
the most feared man in the galaxy. He's defeated pretty much everyone there is to defeat.
Dude, when Darth Maul comes back for him in the animated series, and he just, yeah, I mean, he's a menace. He's a force to be reckoned with,
dude. He's the biggest enemy.
When he doesn't have like major PTSD like he does in the live action series Kenobi, he's outside of that.
Yeah. Okay, getting rid of someone here. Is this my last one, or do I have two more to get rid of?
Two more to get rid of, and one more to keep.
Let's see here. So we have Optimus on the board.
Rick Grimes on the board. Superman's on the board.
Superman's on the board?
Superman's on the board. Ooh. You didn't realize you were backing yourself into a corner. You have one pick left and Optimus and Superman left.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Rick Grimes.
Okay, I first saw this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people out there like him as a leader. I've never even seen The Walking Dead, so I don't have that attachment to him.
I wanted him on the list, even though you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Personally, it's like
honorable mention.
I couldn't make a top 10 leaders without Rick Grimes, especially like the comic to screen translation. Like I love the Robert Kirkman comics.
Yeah, I hear that. Okay, now we got Superman and Optimus, right? So basically, whoever I pick here to keep automatically tells us who we're getting rid of.
That's a tough choice.
This is tough.
I don't envy it.
This is tough. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Optimus Prime.
Dang.
To keep over Superman. I know, crazy. Part of it is because I already have Batman.
So you would rather have Batman lead the Justice League than Superman would lead the Justice League?
Yeah. It's tough. That's a tough question in of itself, let alone this decision here. I kind of like Batman better because he looks for the good and the bad. And Superman kind of seems to only kind of see like the good. You know what I mean? So
I see what you're saying.
So like, maybe Batman could lead in different ways.
I can see you get some pushback in the comments, but I see what you're saying.
But that wasn't even the decision I had to make. But it was between Optimus and Superman.
It's just a crazy different decision. I mean, they're very different, varied leaders. I mean, a lot of people will say like, hey, Optimus Prime's always missing until the final moment. Like, what's the deal with that?
Well, I think Optimus Prime is... he's very honorable because he's always willing to lay his life on the line. You know?
Superman, he's always selfish.
Yeah, he just doesn't ever die. You know? I never fear for his
what about Death
Yeah.
of Superman?
Yeah.
What about Batman versus Superman?
All right, so I kept Optimus, Caesar, Captain America, Batman, and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, sir. You cut Leonardo, Leonidas, Mufasa, Rick Grimes, and Superman.
Boom. There it is. That was our first one. What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments below.
There's no easy choices there. There's a lot of good characters.
Okay, I got a few verses. The way I structured most of my list was like, I picked a category and I did versus a similar kind of category. But I have one list that is not like that, and that is a superhero list because that's fun. So we're going to start off with the superhero list, and then all my other lists are going to be versus.
So you think you picked 10 characters that would be hard for me to...
10 movies.
Oh, 10 superhero movies.
Yes, sir. Superhero movies. So I'm going to go ahead and send this over to you, Andrew. And as I do, I'm going to read you off the list right before I send it to you. So we have The Batman, Days of Future Past, Avengers Age of Ultron, The Amazing Spider-Man, Shang-Chi,
Okay.
Captain America Winter Soldier, Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Under the Red Hood, Into the Spider-Verse. Boom. Sent it over to you.
Okay, I got some cuts. I know some cuts.
All right, but we're going back and forth.
back and
So you
forth,
gotta start with the keep.
All right, so the first one I'm going to keep, and this might surprise some people in the audience. The first one I'm going to keep is Batman Under the Red Hood.
Okay, nice.
I'm locking that away in the cupboard where it belongs, safe and sound. I freaking love that movie.
There's a few movies on here that I know you're gonna have a hard time kind of.
My prayer would be that if this got cut into a clip, that the little search bar automatic thing on the bottom would be like, what is Batman Under the Red Hood? And this post would reach enough people to introduce new people to Batman Under the Red Hood. If you haven't seen Under the Red Hood, it's such a fantastic animated movie. I think Bruce Greenwood does the voice for Batman. John DiMaggio voices the Joker. And Jensen Ackles, who we all know from Supernatural, now from being Soldier Boy in The Boys, voices Jason Todd. Robin, who is a big part of this story, and you need to watch this movie, especially if you're a Batman lover, DC lover. God, it's so good. I mean, amazing action. The animation's pretty simplistic, but in general, but the movement is really good. There's a lot of good movement in the fights, and so I just think everyone should see this movie. It's so much fun.
Use code Andrew to purchase on Amazon.
We're gonna start doing that all the time since the 200th. All right, so
now you got to get rid of one.
my first cut. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. I'm gonna cut Batman versus. Hold on.
What? You almost said the whole thing. You almost locked yourself in. That was like a chess move. You almost took
I
off.
took my fingers off the
Your
piece.
fingers off the
I've got
piece
to think
there.
long term. I'm gonna cut Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I figured that would be one of the ones you cut. I gave you some, you know.
Yeah, there's like one or two that are like they're all good movies, and I think even Batman vs Superman is better than it gets credit for. But
Yeah, it's got some strong points.
it's just hard to cut the high points, like the Batman warehouse scene and this Batman vs Superman fight. Like that stinks to lose them if I had to cut a movie. But back to my keeps. I'm gonna keep obviously Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
Gold of a movie,
Yep.
just pure
So
gold.
far, you're keeping 2 of the animated picks.
Yeah.
So you got both the animated picks on here, which Andrew has always said that he's loved animation, almost even more so than live action.
Yeah, I think if I had to choose, I'd probably stick with animation because you can do whatever in that space. I mean,
So it shouldn't have been too much of a surprise that both of those got picked.
now it's time to cut. I literally hate you for putting the Amazing Spider-Man on here. That is hard.
I know. Can you do it though? Are you gonna cut Amazing? Are you getting rid of Andrew Garfield?
I'm still in a.
Emma Stone.
I gotta look over this. I'm gonna cut. For now, I'm going to cut Shang-Chi.
No white lead, huh?
I need
Gotta get him out of here.
You put one movie without a white lead on here, and it was got to be something you were going to make me cut. Oh, man. No, Shang-Chi's a great movie. Like I said,
love that movie.
Every movie on the
The
list.
fight scenes in that movie are so good.
Simu Liu is really great as Shang-Chi. Like, he sells the aggression, and he sells, like, the tender side of the character, too. And, the character's funny, but it still is menacing. Like, on the bus, he's very menacing.
If that movie came out 10 years ago, kind of at the peak of Marvel, that movie would be, like, in the top 10 MCU list of like everyone.
I think so too. It came out after.
It would have gotten a lot of hype.
Coming out after 2019 is just a different era for Marvel. Right. All right, so now on to the next one that I'm going to keep, and I have to do this. I have to. I'm going to keep the Batman.
The Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
getting to my live action keeps. It's on a poster on the back here. You can know how much me and Aaron love this movie if you've watched the show.
Dude, you're running out of movies to keep, though.
I know, it's getting dangerous.
Bro, I can't believe it.
All right, let me cut something.
There's at least 3 really solid movies. 4.
So I have 2 more movies I have to cut, 2 more I have to keep, and the remaining movies are Days of Future Past, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Captain America: Winter Soldier, Man of Steel. That's all of them. Okay. I think I know what I have to do. So I'm on my keep. So I'm going to keep.
Wait, which one did you just get rid of?
Oh no, I just kept the Batman. You're right.
Yeah, so you got to get rid of one. So you got 3 more to cut.
Oh my goodness.
3 more to cut, 2 more to keep.
That's so unfair. Oh, that's so unfair.
Days of Future Past, Age of Ultron, The Amazing Spider-Man, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Man of Steel.
Just based on the amount that I go back to rewatch these different movies, I'm going to have to make this decision to cut Man of Steel.
That's tough.
It's tough. I love
That's
Cavill.
tough.
You know I love
That's
Cavill.
tough, yeah.
And this is like the prime Cavill in my mind. This is like where I was introduced to Henry Cavill.
We both are in the group that loves Man of Steel.
So now I'm getting into some of the more hurtful cuts, but that's okay. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm going to go back.
2 and 2 left. 2 and 2.
Back into the positive. I'm going to do my keeps.
Dude, you don't have that many left here. Days of Future Past, Age of Ultron, Amazing Spider-Man, and Winter Soldier.
Oh my God, this is so stupid.
What are you doing? These are some stacked picks here now.
Okay. Wow.
What are you saving here?
One of these is going to hurt more than anything. I'm going to keep Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Okay.
It just has too much.
Okay, yeah.
It has too much gold in that movie. Like, you watch Avengers: Age of Ultron, it gets so much flack, but like that movie has the introduction of Scarlet Witch. That movie has the Hulk, like raged out Hulk versus the Hulkbuster armor. The
Thor's awesome.
The introduction of Vision. Thor is awesome. You get to see all of them fighting together at full strength. Like, you know, it's.
Ultron is a great villain too.
Yeah, I love Ultron. James Spader's voice as the villain is so good too. He's like singing his little song. There are no strings on me. Man, but I just love the climactic fight in Sokovia. Like they're on the stakes are so high. They're on a comet of a city rocketing towards Earth, trying to save the humans while they're trying to fight off all these little Ultron clones. Like there's so much going on at once. And like there's so much danger. Like I feel the intensity, but also like the jokes land so well for me. Like when Cap is like, "What, are you getting tired?" Oh no, that's at the beginning. But like when Cap and Thor have such good banter in this movie, as they do like throughout the series. But like when they're trying to save that couple on the end of the bridge, that part is so good as the car falls and Thor picks it back up.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah. Not only are the stakes really high, the consequences come back in later
future movies. It builds them up. I also feel like this movie really hits the nail on the head with the balance between the humor and action. Better than any other Marvel movie, potentially, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really good. I wonder what the audience is going to think of you keeping that one over.
I know a lot of people hate on it, but it's
people sleep on Age of Ultron more than it deserves, for sure.
But they land. They're
so good.
The comedy lands so well, and the action still hits so hard too.
Right. I feel like it's not like cheesy at all. You know, like. Sometimes Marvel can be.
I love them wrecking those robots, though. You just get to see like the Avengers unleashed on the city.
Yeah, and we get to see the scene where they're trying to pick up Thor's hammer.
It's funny.
And Captain America kind of nudges it a little bit.
Yeah. And you see like the look on Chris Hemsworth's face.
You know?
There's another answer.
All right, I think you're stalling, though. I think you're trying to avoid cutting another one of these movies. Which one are you getting rid of first? Days of Future Past, Amazing Spider-Man, or Winter Soldier?
I'm gonna cut Days of Future Past.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that one hurts.
That one hurts me.
That one hurts.
It's
not even the one that hurts the most. I'm saving the one that hurts the most for last. Days of Future Past is a great movie, but unfortunately, I can only pick 5. It's my favorite of the X-Men series. It's
for sure.
I think
it's the best one.
Wolverine is just so good in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we get to see like a movie with Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy and Hugh Jackman. Like the cast is huge. Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique, it's super good. And it's got a good villain as well too. Introducing the Sentinels. The Sentinels were very scary. I watched that movie at midnight release when it came out, and I was like, oh man, how are they going to beat these things? Like these things just absorb mutant powers. They literally had to time travel to beat them. So my next keep, and also deciding my last cut at the same time. This is the hardest decision in this whole thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep. I'm going to keep Captain America: The Winter Soldier and cut The Amazing Spider-Man.
That's tough.
I love The Amazing Spider-Man, but
Winter Soldier is just a better movie.
It's one of the best movies in the entire MCU.
Yeah, it's one of the best movies out there.
It's again it's just like Age of Ultron for me. It really like the funny moments are really funny without sacrificing like changing the characters at all. Like it's still they fit the comedy into their movie. Yeah. So like the tone of the movie is like spy thriller, but like the comedy's like, oh, like Cap's been in an iceberg so long, like what's going on in his like dating life. It's fun, it's funny, and then the chemistry between ScarJo and Chris Evans is insane. He's like, no, he's like, I'm old, not dead. Like, but it's just a fantastic movie, the way they filmed it. And I recently rewatched The Amazing Spider-Man. The filmmaking is amazing. The suit's amazing. Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone are incredible actors. That one cuts to the core to have to cut.
Absolutely.
That's my list. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Batman, keep Avengers, Age of Ultron, keep Captain America: The Winter Soldier, keep Batman Under the Red Hood, and keep Into the Spider-Verse. Those are my. I cannot.
Boom. There it is. How do you think you did, guys? Let us know down in the comments below. Andrew, what's your next list for me?
This is so much more fun to be the one on this side. There's gonna be some hard picks in here.
Oh man!
All right, keep 5.
I'm ready.
Keep 5, cut 5. Pixar movies.
Oh no!
Number 1, Cars. Number 2, Inside Out. Number 3, Coco. Number 4, Toy Story 2 specifically. Number 5, Monsters Inc. Number 6, Finding Nemo. Number 7, Wall-E. Number 8, Ratatouille. Number 9, Up. And number 10, Incredibles. Increíble.
Oh man. Okay. Send that over to me so I can see this list here.
There'll probably be some easy ones and some hard ones in here.
I think I know my first one that I'm going to keep right off the bat as you're sending that list over. That's going to be, what, you're going to make a guess?
I have a guess.
What is it?
I'm going to guess that you're going to keep The Incredibles.
Yeah, that's correct. Keeping The Incredibles. Boom. There it is. First one I'm going to get rid of is Coco. I don't think I've seen that one all the way through.
Because it doesn't have a white main character?
Pretty much, yeah.
My, how the turntables.
I'm going to keep... This is tough. I'm going to keep...
Some of these are so iconic to cut. Some of them go, like the ones that go back, you know, that have been out for 20 years. That's like... If you cut Finding Nemo, like that's tough.
Okay, I'm gonna keep Toy Story 2. I love that movie. It's my favorite Toy Story. I don't care what anyone else says.
I didn't need to hear you say it to know these picks were getting kept. These two,
absolutely. Let's see what I'm gonna get rid of here. I'm gonna get rid of Ratatouille. I like that movie a lot. I just like some of these other ones more. I mean, my cat's name's Remy. Come on now.
Yeah. Remy the Ratatouille. I think Patton Oswalt did a really good job voicing Remy.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah. Okay, keeping... I'm going to keep Cars.
That one I'm surprised by. I probably would have cut Cars.
That one was probably a little too high. I probably picked that one too fast.
You didn't take enough time to think. I probably would have ended up cutting Cars.
No, I already said it. I let go of the chess piece, so it's there.
Like me with my gotta
lay in my bed now.
Oh man, that could have taken a spot for a banger.
Okay.
I know a lot of people
I only get to keep 2 more, right? So I'm trying to look at the ones that I want to keep here and then like kind of make the decision of which ones to get rid of. So we got a few left. We got Inside Out. We got Monsters, Inc., Nemo, Wall-E, Up. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That one's tough. I love that movie too. The opening to this movie is just like so heartbreaking.
The score is amazing.
Yeah.
So Up has a really great score.
And like the house is iconic, you know. I think Airbnb just came out with like a house that you can rent that looks just like the one that you see in the movie.
The imagery is very iconic. The balloons.
The balloons, like pretty sure that took so long to render out, having all of those balloons go up in the sky like that. So I do love the movie Up, but it's out of here.
Yeesh.
Up and out.
It's cut up.
All right, I'm gonna keep Monsters Inc.
Interesting. Oh my gosh. You only
Yeah.
have one spot left
Okay, don't remind me.
for the keep.
I'm gonna keep Monsters Inc. This was the first movie in the movie theater that I ever cried to. I was 5, I think. So it was like
Excuses.
it was like the first time that I like really felt the emotion of a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a deep connection.
Okay, getting rid of, what do I have left? I got
Well, you have Wally.
Nemo and Inside Out, I believe, right?
Yeah, Wally, Nemo, and Inside Out.
I'm gonna get rid of Nemo. I don't like that, but here we are.
That one hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the most iconic Pixar movies of all time.
Yeah, it is. For sure. I mean, when you go to the aquarium, I mean, that's Nemo and Dory. Like, I don't even.
They co-opted clownfish, and then the Dory fish doesn't even have a name anymore in my book.
Yeah, it's just Dory. I think they actually made that fish.
That was genetically engineered for the movie.
Yeah, exactly. They were just like, oh, this is a great marketing tool. We need to make that fish in our aquarium.
A fun fact for that movie is that the animation team actually took like a vacation to Hawaii to study fish and see their movement for the animation and
We're
for
in
the
the
water.
wrong business, man.
Apparently so.
You're just working in Hawaii to study? Come on now. You're just looking at fish. How cool.
Okay, so you got 4 in each, so you got to keep and cut one of these last 2, Inside Out and Wally,
Yeah. I'm going to keep Inside Out.
which I foresaw this outcome.
I've seen it on the list this whole time. I've been trying to save its spot as long as possible, and it's on the team.
But cutting
Inside Out.
Wally's rough.
Cutting Wally's rough. I think it's mainly because the first half of Wally is so good, and then the second half, I think, just isn't as strong as Inside Out's like full film, you know?
Inside Out is strong all the way through for sure.
Exactly.
I mean, I cry when I watch the end of Inside Out with like Riley's breakdown with her parents. Like,
Yeah, and I watched Inside Out not really knowing too much of like what it was about or anything. I was just kind of over at my grandma's with my sisters, and we watched it, and I was just like emotionally distraught after. It was brutal.
such a complex message. It
really
the
is.
core memories. And
I wasn't ready for the complexion of the story, but
Wally
that's
has
what we got.
powerful themes too about the environment and the earth, and love. But
So I got Cars on my team, Inside Out, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., and The Incredibles.
Increíble. And then Coco, Ratatouille, Up, Finding Nemo, and Wally were cut.
Dang, it's tough. It's tough. Okay, this one is my first versus debate for you.
Let's hear it.
So we got Nolan movies versus Fincher movies. I tried to make this as hard as possible for you.
Got red chig. Oh no.
You ready to hear what we got?
Oh man. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm so scared though. I'm like genuinely.
No other place to start than Andrew's favorite movie, The Dark Knight. Then we have Interstellar,
Okay.
Insomnia,
Okay.
The Prestige, Dark Knight Rises. Going over to Fincher, we got The Social Network, Zodiac, The Killer, Seven, and Gone Girl.
You fool. You fool. You didn't even put. This would have been so much harder if you put Inception on here. How'd you skip Inception, bro? You put Insomnia
I
on
have
here?
other lists.
Memento's not on here. Okay, so number one, I'm going to keep The Dark Knight from my boy Chris Nolan. Number one, cut. I'll cut from his side too because I just complimented him. I'm going to cut Insomnia. I can cut Insomnia.
I like that movie a lot.
It's good.
It is. I see why you cut it.
I like
Sure.
their use of the close-up of like the blood on the whatever clothing.
Yeah.
I like their use of that throughout. It's a cool movie, cool concept, but it's just not my favorite.
Yeah.
And I expected to like it a lot more when I saw like, whoa, Chris Nolan is teaming up with Pacino and Robin Williams.
Yeah.
So I had high expectations. My next keep, I'm going to keep 7.
Okay.
Got to keep 7.
Yep. Saw that coming.
And then I'll go ahead and cut one from Fincher as well. Wow, this is tough. Yikes. I'm going to cut Gone Girl. That might be an unpopular opinion.
Wow.
But I'm going to cut Gone Girl.
Yeah, that one hurts me a little bit. I like Gone Girl a lot.
I like Gone Girl. And I think
Some other ones on here I would cut before Gone Girl.
it's my favorite Rosamund Pike performance, and her performance in it is absolutely top tier. The directing's as always very controlled, very like amazing direction, but just not my favorite Fincher. So for my next keep, I'll come back to Nolan, and I will keep The Prestige.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep The Prestige.
Solid.
Wow. Okay. This is actually going to be harder than I thought initially when I thought you gave me softballs.
I didn't want to like repeat too many options on that list. So
I've got The Prestige. So I'm gonna cut The Killer for now because that's the next one I know that I want to cut for sure. So right now I've got The Dark Knight, Prestige, and 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep. I already have 3.
yeah, man, they go quick.
I'm gonna keep The Social Network.
Okay.
I have to keep.
Surprised you let it go this far.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's just because I was doing my little thing, my little back and forth between them. Otherwise, I would have come up sooner.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the more likely it might not get a spot.
And then I have to cut one. I only have one spot left to keep. Wow, I mean it's tough coming down to the line. I'm gonna go ahead and cut Zodiac, I think.
Wow. Kind of surprised on that one. A little bit.
I
love
surprised
Zodiac.
there.
Yeah.
I love Zodiac. Doesn't have as much history for me as some of these other movies.
Yeah.
I've only seen Zodiac twice. So my next one is
So we got Interstellar still left on the board, right?
just Interstellar and The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, and that's it?
That's it.
Ooh. Okay.
So this my last decision between these 2 Nolan movies, which this one is actually kind of tough for me. I think it'd be easy for a lot of people, but I'm a huge Batman fan.
So you're gonna give in to the pressure of the people, or are you gonna go with your heart?
Well, it's not. It's for me. It's not even that. It's just that I rank my personal ranking for both of these movies is very close. And there's so much good stuff in The Dark Knight Rises. I think I'm gonna keep Interstellar. I think I'm just gonna keep Interstellar. I mean, when I think of the Dark Knight Rises is my 3rd favorite of the Dark Knight trilogy, and when I think back to it, I just think of there being like more dead space in that movie than the other 2 movies. Like, there's more parts that I'm like not as interested in, if that makes any sense. I mean, I love every second that Bane's on screen.
Sure.
For sure. Tom Hardy's Bane is amazing.
Yeah.
But I just remember like, I don't know, that movie is not as strong as the other 2/3 of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay.
God.
Brutal. So you kept Interstellar. I'm surprised.
Even with you giving me like 4 softballs, it was still incredibly hard to make these decisions.
Okay. What do you got for me?
Here, I'll recap my decisions.
How do you guys think Andrew did? What would you keep, and what would you have gotten rid of?
Just to recap, I kept The Dark Knight, Interstellar, The Prestige, Social Network, and 7. Oh, God. That's hard. Like I just came out of like the trenches. All right. So my next one for you, you're going to be keep 5, cut 5 franchises.
Ooh.
So you've got Hunger Games, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Captain America, The Dark Knight trilogy, Star Wars original trilogy, Star Trek, the modern movie series, Twilight, Spider-Man, Planet of the Apes. And for Spider-Man,
Are these trilogies or franchises?
franchises.
So like the whole.
Spider-Man, I consider all of them connected now that they did No Way Home. So you have all. So that'll be the live-action Spider-Man movies. I consider them all a franchise now.
So when I think of franchise, I think of just like the IP. Is that what you're thinking of too? Is that not right?
Yeah, I guess franchise, then it would be all the Star Wars movies, all the Lord of the Rings movies. But I didn't put MCU. So I put like the specific ones, like MCU has too much weight. So it's just Captain America and Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Those
But it's
ones
like all Spider-Man content.
no,
Or movies, I mean.
movies, live action.
Yeah. Live action. Okay. Well. Oh, okay.
I tried to balance it a little bit. I mean, some of these still hold a lot more weight than others.
I'm going to keep, to start out, Captain America. It's got two of my favorite movies.
Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah. Those are up there in my top 20 list for sure.
Which, I mean, First Avenger's not too shabby either. It's a good movie.
Right. It's a little boring after watching the rest of the MCU, but still solid.
Has a lot of heart.
Solid movie. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of one that's easy for me, but everyone else is going to lose their minds.
Everybody loses their minds.
And that's going to be The Lord of the Rings.
Oof.
Yeah, that's
First.
a big one. It's a big one, and it's easy for me because I haven't seen it, so I don't care. You know, maybe the commenters can persuade me to finally watch it. Do you ever feel like when you haven't seen something and it's supposed to be like iconic, but it's been so long that you haven't seen it that you're just like, oh well, you know?
I feel a little bit like that towards Titanic, but I do have to watch it.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying when we talked about it before. Is like I know everything that happens in the movie. Like I know everything that happens in Lord of the Rings. Like, and I've believe I've watched most of Lord of the Rings. Like when I was young, it's just hard to remember. They're so long, and every time I've tried to get back into them, I have had a hard time with it.
Yeah.
Like I watched Fellowship when I was like 19, and I finished it, and I was like, man, that movie was not exciting to me. It was like I wish the main characters were like the Rangers or something instead of the Hobbits. Like maybe that's slanderous to Lord of the Rings fans, but like I find the Hobbits boring.
Justin is steaming right now. Okay. Recency bias, Planet of the Apes. Come over here, buddy. Come over here.
Recency bias coming in strong.
Join the team. Join the team. It's got some of the best characters that have ever been written. You know, we got Caesar, Koba. I mean,
Caesar,
it's
weak.
so good.
Koba, weaker.
And then, of course, like a lot of these, actually, I mean, it's got groundbreaking technology as well, which is always cool to see. Let's see. Let's get rid of Harry Potter. Another big one. Yeah, another big one.
That is not what I was looking to hear from you, my guy.
You should have saw that coming for sure.
Harry Potter
You knew it was
hater.
there. Yeah,
There's
you knew it
Harry
was there.
Potter over my shoulder right here.
It's kind of under your shoulder,
Under
but
my
yeah,
shoulder, yeah.
it's right there. Didn't really grow up with these movies at all. Watched them all like I think 2 years ago now. Watched them all back to back to back to back to back to back to back. So they all kind of just seem like one movie to me. I do like a few of them. A lot of them I thought were kind of boring.
A lot of them.
Yeah, especially like at the end when they're just like fighting with the. It seems like wow, like this would have been so much cooler if they were lightsabers. This is kind of dumb fight, you know. It was just the wands going back and forth. So goodbye, Harry Potter. Goodbye.
You're watching the wrong fights, man.
I saw them all.
You're watching wrong.
They weren't all that great.
It's not all just like back and forth with like lasers. They'll like create fire or they'll like create snakes. Like they'll.
Yeah, sure. Very cool, Andrew. Very cool.
Oh yeah, fire and giant snakes are lame. Good luck.
Okay. Gosh, I feel like I already kept more than I have.
I've already kept more than I have. You are a collection of all the things.
Yeah. The Dark Knight, I'm assuming, is just all the Batman movies, huh?
The Dark Knight Batman movies.
Okay, those three specifically?
Yeah.
So some of these are franchises and some of these are the trilogy.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, Hunger Games has, like, 4 movies. So I'm not trying to put it up against, like, 50 movies.
Yeah, well, you said franchise. You named your categories wrong. You named this draft wrong.
Franchises versus, I don't know, series. Like, some of them are more than trilogies.
So then what's included in the Star Wars? Just all the live action?
Yeah, all the live action I'll give you. All 3 trilogies. Because, I mean, Lord of the Rings already has, like, 2 trilogies, and you already put them
What about
out.
Rogue One and Solo?
No. Let's
don't get those?
Let's exclude those.
There's a lot of rules in this one. Okay,
You're digging into it. You're looking for the rules.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is. I'm gonna keep Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man so much. The character is so cool. Every time you get to see him on the screen swinging around, it just makes me wish that I had that superpower. You know, the agility and flying through the sky like that. I'm gonna keep Spider-Man.
Okay.
Another easy one to get rid of, probably would have gotten rid of sooner if I saw it sooner, is Twilight. My brain's just been like skimming over that one.
I feel like I should have got rid of that one ages ago. Aaron hates Twilight.
Yeah. Okay, so what do I got left? I have The Hunger Games, Dark Knight, Star Wars, and Star Trek.
Yeah. It's an interesting lineup.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and take The Dark Knight. Again, it's only those 3 movies, whatever. Competing with Star Wars is 9, but
I mean, you know, like every movie that has Batman in it would also include like Batman versus Superman and Justice League and Snyder Cut. Like it just gets too messy.
We can do like solo Batman movies. I get you. It's all right. Either way, I'm taking it.
I know you are.
Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I feel like The Hunger Games isn't honestly that strong after like the first movie for me. The second one is still pretty good, but the second one ends like a complete cliffhanger cut off, like tee up for the third movie anyway. So if it doesn't feel as individual, they spend a lot less of that movie in the actual games than I remembered when I rewatched it recently. Because I rewatched them recently to get ready for the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Okay, so now I have Star Wars and Star Trek. We got the 9 films versus the 3 new Star Trek, right?
Is there 3 or 4? I don't even know.
I want to say there's 3.
Star Trek Into Darkness, Star Trek Beyond. That's the only ones I remember.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pick Star Wars. I mean, come on over here.
Star Wars is the last pick. The last pick for your keep.
Yeah, it's kind of hard between those two because I really do like the first Star Trek remake a lot.
Yeah, Chris Evans Chris Pine. You're right. And then Carl Urban is really good in that as well. Yeah, Zoe Saldana.
I also like too that he's got such a like different personality in that than he does in The Boys. You know, like those 2 examples really show like his range, you know.
Well, I was just talking to somebody the other day about how Carl Urban is like an actual like chameleon of an actor. Like you can't recognize him in a few roles. I mean, and he's hard to recognize in Thor Ragnarok and Lord of the Rings and Judge Dredd. He's covered by a helmet. You ended up watching that, right?
Yeah.
Such a good movie, Dredd. I thought Dredd was a really good movie.
All right. So I kept, let's see, Captain America, Dark Knight, Star Wars, Spider-Man, Planet of the Apes. Boom. There it is. How do you think I did?
I think you did pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I probably would have gone somewhat similar. I don't think I could have cut Harry Potter, though.
Yeah, I figured.
But, like, looking at everything in your keeps, it's, like, hard to think what I would replace it with.
Sure. Okay, you ready for your next list?
Yeah.
Got another verses for you.
God, is this one going to break my heart?
This one might be a little tougher than the last one, I think. This one I tried not to hold back any punches like I did before.
Okay.
We got Brad Pitt versus Leo.
2 of my favorite actors of all time.
Not only that, they're both in some of your favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
And that's what we're drafting, or what you're picking here is these movies. So we have Brad Pitt first, Fight Club, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Ocean's 11, Seven, and Glorious Bastards.
Okay, so and it's the movies, not the characters, right?
The movies.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have Inception, The Departed, The Wolf of Wall Street, Django Unchained, and Shutter Island.
Oh my God, dude. Leonardo DiCaprio's filmography is so stacked, it's unbelievable. Oh, yeesh.
I feel like there's 2 that I can see you getting rid of.
For me, there's only one easy decision for what to get rid of in the whole thing. And then the rest of it is just going to be freaking so hard. Like, how do I even compare? Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's just...
What are you keeping?
Let's bite down. I know I'm keeping Inception.
Okay.
I have to keep Inception.
Sounds good.
In the same breath,
agree.
I'm going to go ahead and cut Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Fair. Yeah.
Good movie.
Yep.
Fun movie. It's just not my favorite.
Inspiration for our next film.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can get definitely. It's like it's awesome in terms of the vibe and feel, and also like it's Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt when they were like the two most attractive people on earth cast into the same movie. It's like just printing money. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Lots of choices here.
The next keep, it has to be 7. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go down and I'm gonna go with the gut. It's like I know I have to have
that's
7.
all you can do.
I know I have to have 7, so I'll keep 7. Cut. Oh no, there's 2 cuts that I think these are the 2 you were talking about. I'm gonna cut, and I'm sorry to Brad for a double cut. Ocean's 11.
Yeah, those were the 2 that I was thinking of once I read the list, which is unfortunate. I love Ocean's 11 a lot.
It's gonna get harder and harder from here. All right, I know what I have to keep. It's another movie that's in my top 10. I'm gonna keep The Departed. Got to keep The Departed.
Knew it. Yep.
So far I've kept Inception, The Departed, and 7. So 1 Brad and 2 Leos. Oh, this is where the cuts get really, really tough. And I didn't even notice this one at the bottom. I didn't even notice this one at the bottom of the list. Oh my God.
The bottom of the list is Shutter Island.
Okay, think.
Think, Mark.
You have to think, Mark. Oh my goodness, these are hard. So the really tough choice in front of me. I'm on a cut, aren't I? That's the hard thing right now. Is I could do an easy keep right now.
because you just kept The Departed. So what are you getting rid of?
You're something else, dude.
What are you tied to right now? What are you kind of bouncing from?
I'm thinking about how hard it is to choose between. I'm thinking I might have to cut Shutter Island or Wolf of Wall Street.
Those are big.
And I love them. Like, they're such good movies. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cut. I need to rewatch this too because it's been a while. I do know I really like it, but I'm gonna cut Shutter Island.
Okay. Yeah. I've probably heard of you talk out of the ones left. That's the one I've heard you talk about the least.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Just because I haven't seen it since I was in high school. I've been meaning to get around to watching it again because I've just heard there's so many good Easter eggs in it, like things relating to like the water and fire in the movie and Truth and Lies. Because, oh man, clever filmmaking, good Scorsese movie. All right, so I'm going to keep, and I don't think I've kept this yet. I'm going to keep Django Unchained, which is crazy that I haven't said that one yet.
You have not?
That's like a contender for my favorite movie of all time. I just didn't see it all the way at the bottom for a little bit.
You can't say that about every movie.
That's the only one I said
that
about.
you haven't said.
Yeah, when I said the bottom, I was talking about Django. It's just the second.
Okay.
It's like yeah. You said Shutter Island.
Yeah. Well, you said the bottom of the list.
Yeah. I mean, it's the second from the bottom.
Which isn't the bottom. But I see what you're saying.
It's not the literal bottom. God. So I kept Django, so now I have to cut another movie, which I think is bringing me around to. I'm gonna cut Shutter Island. Because now
you already cut that?
No, I just was. You're right.
Yeah, you can't cut it twice.
You noticed that, huh? You noticed that? And then I'll keep the rest.
All right, this is a tough decision, but I'm gonna cut Shutter Island.
And we'll go to commercial break. No, I have to do the other one now. I'm gonna cut The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
So I'm left with only Fight Club and Inglourious. And this is tough. I mean, you've got David Fincher starring Brad Pitt, and then you've got Quentin Tarantino starring Brad Pitt. And it's like, I just watched Inglourious like not more than a month ago.
Oof.
And I really did like it. It's been a minute since I've seen Fight Club, but when I was in high school, that was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I went as far as to like read the book, the Chuck Palahniuk novel.
You talk about Fight Club all the time.
No, I don't. That's the number one rule. Yeah, Fight Club has one of my most like
Teague.
it has one of my most remembered and influential quotes from a movie in my life, which is Brad Pitt's character Tyler Durden says, "I don't want to die without any scars," and I like the message of that because it says to like risk a little, you know, like have fun. Like I like the idea of like live your life, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to like come back
Beat up your
at the end of my life and like be like pristine because I walked around with bubble wrap on myself. I want to have fun. I want to adventure, and I really love that message. I know a lot of people have contorted the message of Fight Club a lot to mean something that the movie doesn't mean. But it is a great and well-made film. At the end of the day, the more I talk about it, I'm like weighing myself away from my original pick. God, but Hans Landa is such a good villain. It's like, dude, this list is a banger of Keep 5, Cut 5. This is a good, you put some good
I knew this one was
there.
going to be tough.
Hans Landa is amazing. Aldo the Apache is such a good character. Let me use this reasoning. Let me use this logic. Right?
Okay. We need a decision.
It's a Brad Pitt DiCaprio draft, right?
Yeah.
So based on like just looking at the Brad Pitt character and like isolating that aspect, I'm going to pick Fight Club because Tyler Durden is more iconic and I think a better role than Aldo the Apache. Aldo is really, really good. And I love the accent. It's very fun. I will get my Nazi scalps. I think this is my best work. I think this is my masterpiece. That closing line is freaking amazing. The end of that movie is so satisfying. Getting the comeuppance for Hans Landa. But I'm going to pick Fight Club because Tyler Durden is so iconic and so well performed. All right, that's it. I'm taking my hands off of it. God, that Cutting Inglorious hurts. Cutting Inglorious really hurts.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to win me a lot of points with anybody.
Okay, so you kept Fight Club, 7, Inception, The Departed, and Django.
Yeah.
Boom.
And
There it is.
honorable mention to Inglorious.
No, you don't get that. You cut it. You cut it. You got rid of it. Sorry. How do you guys think he did? Let us know down in the comments below.
Man, dude. Yeesh.
All right, we're approaching an hour here. How much longer do you think the folks want to hear us do a cut 5 or keep 5, cut 5?
You want to do rapids on the last two?
Deal.
Okay. God, that was really, I don't know. It's going to be tough to do a rapid anything if you keep giving me lists like that. Okay. So the
Put a
next
timer on this, like you have 30 seconds for each
30
pick.
seconds. For each pick, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like just like 3 minutes for the whole thing. That'd be tough. All right.
You took 3 minutes right there just between Fight Club and...
Yeah. I'm going to start a timer after I read these. The category
jeez.
is people who kick ass. Ethan Hunt, James Bond, Tyler Rake from the Chris Hemsworth Netflix original movies, Extraction. Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, John McClane from Die Hard, John Rambo from First Blood, Brian Mills from Taken, Natasha Romanoff from MCU, Jason Bourne from Bourne series, and Beatrix Kittle from Kill Bill.
Okay, so these are the people who are the most badass fighters, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm not picking the movie, I'm picking the character themselves of who.
Yep. And your 3 minutes has already started.
Oh man,
Based on
okay.
your favorites.
Jason Bourne. I'm gonna keep him. Let's get rid of Tyler Rake. Haven't seen the movies, so and you had a
Hard time.
hard time thinking of where he's from. So let's get rid of him. Let's keep Rambo. I mean, that's who everyone is compared to when they're going out on a mission, just wrecking people. The solo army himself.
Somebody acts tough, you're like, okay, Rambo.
Yeah. Let's get rid of.
There's 3 female characters. How many is Aaron going to have in his list by the end?
I'm gonna get rid of John McClane.
You have 2 minutes left.
That's brutal.
John McClane, dude.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt.
I'm sorry. Okay. We're cruising here. I'm gonna keep.
You have 1.5 minutes.
Beatrix.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get rid of.
Dude, Jason Bourne, Natasha Romanoff, and Brian Mills are all still on the
Jason Bourne is on my list.
Oh, you took him already?
First.
Good pick.
Yep. Thank you. I'm going to get rid of Laura Croft.
Okay.
I haven't seen much of Tomb Raider. And it's been a long time since I have. I'm going to keep
1 minute.
Natasha.
This is hard.
I'm going to keep her. Now I have to get rid of again. Why do we have to get rid of so many?
I know.
Who do I have left here? I got James Bond is on the list still. And
Brian Mills, right?
is that it?
Yeah, I think you've done you kept Ethan Hunt.
No, I haven't said Ethan Hunt.
Okay, so that's the 3.
So 3, okay.
Ethan Hunt, James Bond, Brian Mills.
Boom. Let's get rid of
20 seconds.
Ethan Hunt. I know.
No.
I know. I feel like he's not like kicking ass. He's like going on all these like spy. He's more of a spy
He
adventure.
climbed the Taj Mahal for nothing. All right, 5 seconds for your last decision.
I'm gonna go ahead and keep James Bond and cut Brian Mills.
Dude, he will find you and he will kill you. You're gonna cut Brian Mills. I guess I feel like the sequel movies maybe watered him down a little bit by not being as good.
Yeah.
Good picks.
Dude, that was tough. The pressure of the clock, man, changes the game.
For one thing, you have to keep Jason Bourne.
Yeah,
Given spot on the keep team.
absolutely, for sure. That's why it was my first draft.
You're like, oh my God, that's Jason Bourne.
Exactly. Okay, that was 3 minutes, huh? How do you guys think I did? Let us know down in the comments below. Andrew, what did you think?
The speed rounds are freaking tough. I think you did really good for a speed round.
Okay, let me get you a timer.
My surprise last one is going to be tough, I think, for you.
Oh boy. Okay, ready for another versus?
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams versus Emma Stone.
Two of my favorite actresses now. Why must you pit two queens against each other, Aaron?
Starting with Rachel, we got Mean Girls, Game Night, Southpaw, Sherlock Holmes, and The Notebook. And then Emma, we have La La Land, Poor Things, Crazy Stupid Love, Easy A, and Birdman.
And this is, I get to, the whole movie is what I'm drafting.
Drafting the movies.
Okay.
Yep. Not the characters, the movies themselves.
All right, so just going top to bottom, I think I could do this pretty fast. I'm gonna keep Mean Girls. That's crazy. There's so many good movies. I'm gonna. This is gonna be atrocious to the audience. Some of these picks. I'm gonna cut Poor Things. Oh my God, dude, how am I supposed
Won
to?
an Oscar for that. No big deal.
How am I supposed to cut any of the Rachel McAdams movies?
You're just gonna take them all?
Oh, but there's.
You don't have to go back and forth between them.
No, I got this.
You can keep more.
So I kept Mean Girls and I cut Poor Things. I'm gonna keep Southpaw, and I'm gonna cut Birdman. I'm gonna keep Game Night, and I'm gonna cut La La Land.
Man, you cut both her Oscars?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, La La Land didn't win an Oscar, right? Didn't she like go up there to get
And then
one?
they gave it to someone else. Yeah. Moonlight, I think.
I think that was La La Land.
I'm gonna keep Crazy Stupid Love, and I'm gonna cut The Notebook. I'm gonna keep Sherlock Holmes, and I'm gonna cut Easy A. I only ended up keeping one.
That fast?
I only ended up keeping one Emma Stone movie, but it would have been harder.
Crazy Stupid Love, right?
Yeah, Crazy Stupid Love. You had Amazing Spider-Man in another one of your drafts.
Yeah, I didn't want too many repeats.
So that would have made it harder if Amazing Spider-Man was in here. Yeah, if you put Superbad in there for Emma Stone, that would have changed the game completely. If Superbad was in there, I would have had to keep Superbad and cut something, which I don't know what that would have been. Maybe I wouldn't want to cut Sherlock Holmes. I do really like that movie.
Wait, you cut Sherlock Holmes?
No, I said maybe I would have. I'm thinking of what I would have had to cut if I could have got Superbad. So I ended up keeping Mean Girls, Game Night, Southpaw, Sherlock Holmes, and Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. I like Sherlock Holmes a lot.
I really like Superbad. That's might be my favorite comedy. It's that or Tag.
It's been a while since I've seen Superbad.
It's an iconic comedy.
Yeah. All right. Give me my last one here.
I did good on time there, though.
Yeah, like a minute and a half.
I got stunted for a second at the opening. All right. Your last final category is keep 5, cut 5, Avatar: The Last Airbender characters.
Oh no.
1,
Don't do this to me.
Aang. 2, Korra. 3, Toph. 4, Katara. 5, Zuko. 6, Uncle Iroh. 7, Azula. 8, Sokka. And just to make it hard, 9, Appa. 10, Momo.
I hate you. Send it over and let's get this party started.
The timer has begun.
I'm gonna go ahead and keep Aang,
Obvious.
main character. I mean, none of this would be here without him. I'm gonna get rid of Momo. It's not fair to put him up against all these other characters, and it's also not fair to make me have to cut him.
That's cold. That's cold.
Rude.
Hey, you guys all saw that. Aaron just cut Momo.
I'm gonna keep Zuko,
Yeah.
iconic character.
choice,
One
good
of the
choice.
best written characters ever.
Can't argue that.
And then get rid of Appa. I hate you. I hate
No
you.
way.
I hate you.
There's no
All these
way.
other characters are just so good.
You cut Appa
They're
second.
more complex characters
cut
than
Appa
Appa. I'm sorry.
second.
People over pets. It's just Okay, I'm cruising here. I'm gonna go ahead and keep Katara. I'm gonna keep Katara. Can I take that back?
Yeah, I'll let you take it back.
Okay, I'm gonna keep Korra instead.
Solid pick.
Yeah.
Why say instead? You have like a limited amount of spots for the women.
Yeah, I think I met that quota now. So, I said Katara too fast. You know, I
You just scanning the list.
Yeah.
We took your time.
I'm gonna get
Minute and a
rid
half.
of. Gosh, I hate this game.
It gets really tough in the middle. This is
hate
one
this
of
game.
the hardest ones, I think. Man, you already cut Appa and Momo. I thought for sure Appa was staying.
Really? Well, who else would I cut, Andrew? Who else am I supposed to get rid of? Can I keep the rest?
No. you gotta make some tough choices here, Buckaroo.
All right. I'm gonna get rid of Sokka.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Just like they did when they wrote The Legend of Korra.
How many do I got left here? I kept 3. So I only get to keep 2 more.
And you've got Toph, Katara, Uncle Iroh, and Azula left.
All right. I'm going to keep Uncle Iroh.
Obvious. Have to.
Yep. I'm going to get rid of Katara. I know I said her name earlier to keep, but I was
so high up on your list
I was reading the list.
pick.
I was reading the list from bottom to top, saw her name, and I was like, "Oh, Aang would want her on the team."
You're like, well, I have
And
to.
then I was like, "Aang, I'm sorry, I don't."
You're like, I have to take Katara. And then you were like, wait, look at all these other names.
Yeah.
Who are you
Okay.
cutting?
I'm gonna keep. Who did I say? Uncle Iroh last. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say Toph, and then get rid of Azula.
Yeesh. Cutting Azula hurts. She's a really well-written character, but you obviously have to keep Toph.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. I mean, the
Blind
whole
Bandit?
time I was saying to other people, I knew she was gonna be on my team.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, I mean, Toph is an easy choice.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I'm not picking these in order of importance necessarily. You know, like I'm
I think I probably would have ended
making
up
me
keeping.
cut Appa and Momo like that from the start. I hate you.
I probably would have ended up keeping. There's our time. That was close to 3 minutes. I probably would have done Aang, Toph, Iroh, Zuko, and then either Appa or Korra would have been a really tough last decision, I think.
Dang. You would pick a made up character over the woman hero Avatar.
They're both made
Korra.
up. They're both made up characters.
Yeah, but are they the same? Weighted the same?
Do you think Appa's Lost Days devastated a generation for nothing? The love for Appa is just as strong as the love for the other characters. Momo, I could see potentially getting cut, even though I love Momo.
Rude.
But
All right, what do you guys think? What would you have Captain got rid of? This one was hard.
yeah.
You ready for your last one?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for the climax.
This one is similar to one that you already gave me, but it's got the versus twist to it, and that is Pixar versus DreamWorks.
Ooh, yeah, DreamWorks has bangers.
Yeah. I tried to pick some good ones here. Hopefully, it's hard for you to get rid of some. Ready?
Yes.
We have The Incredibles,
Increíble.
Inside Out, Up, Toy Story, the first one, Monsters, Inc. Switching over to DreamWorks, we got How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, Shrek, Prince of Egypt, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Okay. Okay.
You got 3 minutes.
So obviously I'm going to keep The Incredibles.
Yep.
That's a given.
Good man.
I'm going to cut The Prince of Egypt because I don't think I've seen that movie.
Wow.
So easy.
I didn't know you haven't seen it at all. It's a good movie. It's an iconic movie, I'd say.
I'm going to keep Toy Story. I love Toy Story, especially the first one. I'm going to cut Monsters, Inc.
Okay.
I'm going to keep...
You're kind of in the middle now, so it's getting closer.
Getting tough. I'm going to keep Inside Out.
Dang, so far all Pixar movies.
Yeah, I love Pixar. If you for DreamWorks, if you had like put Kung Fu Panda on there, it might have been.
I did mean to put that one on.
That would have been a hard one for me.
I did mean that one.
So I just kept Inside Out. So I'm gonna cut. It would be gut wrenching for me to cut some of these though. I think I'm gonna have to cut Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which absolutely sucks.
Most recent one.
But I've only seen that one time, and I did really like it. The animation's absolutely insane. You have to watch it. And then I'm going to keep, I think I'm on 4 out of 5. I'm going to keep.
I believe you have Up.
No,
How to Train Your Dragon.
I don't have Up.
You got rid of Up?
Oh, you're talking about remaining.
Yeah.
What I have left. Okay.
Yeah.
You said have.
Up, How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, Shrek.
No, I just got rid of Shrek, didn't I? No, I got rid of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, the same universe. So I'm going to keep. Oh, God. I'm going to keep How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
I'm going to cut Up.
Okay.
And then the last 2 I have is Megamind and
Shrek.
Yeah, that's tough. Did my timer just run out?
Not yet.
Okay. Shrek.
You actually have a minute left.
Shrek and Megamind. I mean, I know for a lot of people it'll probably be an easy choice to pick Shrek, but I really do love Megamind. I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
The Metro Man stuff, like getting a movie with
Presentation!
You should put this on the Brad Pitt list.
I thought about it. I considered it.
Brad Pitt and Will Ferrell, and Jonah Hill. It's just so funny. For me personally, like
Animation's great.
the animation is great. I went back and rewatched Shrek, and the animation doesn't hold up like that well. The jokes are still very funny. The cast is amazing. Cameron Diaz, Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers. Like, it is absolutely hilarious. But for me, my personal taste, I'm gonna keep Megamind.
Boom. There it is.
Did you know that? Did you know that I liked Megamind that much? That it was gonna be a hard pick for me.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because I think I really like that movie. Megamind has one of my most quoted lines, which is like whenever Sierra is like, oh, kill that spider. I go, ah, the spider. Just one bite from Arachnus Deathicus.
That's funny.
I just love the way that he says it when it's like he's like, the alligators.
Yeah.
And she's like, the spider's new. Ah, yes, the spider.
That's funny. Okay,
He's so funny. My old Schulhouse. I used to say that one a lot too when I was in school.
You kept 3 Pixar and 2 DreamWorks. So The Incredibles. I believe you kept Inside Out, right?
Yeah, I have
Toy
to.
Story, and then How to Train Your Dragon and Megamind.
How to Train Your Dragon's so damn good.
Yeah.
Dude, if you had thrown Kung Fu Panda in there,
I meant to. I saw it on the list, and I there's
freaking
2 others. I wish I put that one in there instead of Prince. I didn't know you didn't see Prince of Egypt.
I freaking love the first Kung Fu Panda movie.
Yeah.
Like probably more than most. Would you have made any different choices?
Then you?
Yeah. I mean, I know you would have kept Incredibles and Inside Out. You probably would have kept Toy Story, I would imagine. And I think you like How to Train Your Dragon too.
I think I would have picked the same 5 actually.
Oh, the exact same 5. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Solid choices.
Yeah. Yeah, because I like Megamind a lot and How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. Megamind's so funny. The ending is so epic too. You miss. It's like you forgot one thing. Well, no. He says there. He's like, you may be a villain, but you're not super. What's the difference? Dun 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 dun. Presentation.
Yeah.
So this was a lot of fun. So thank you for listening. Please make sure to comment on this last one too. What did we get missed? What did we get right or wrong on this Keep 5 Cut 5? This was a tough one too.
I'd also recommend just playing this with your friends.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Especially if you add a timer, puts a lot of stress on the game.
Yeah.
And you have to make split decision or split second decisions, you know. And luckily I had someone nice enough to let me take one back.
It's really
With
fun
that
though, like,
timer,
especially when you know
adding pressure.
when you know your friends and you can like pick stuff that you know is tough for them, like the Nolan and Fincher
Yeah.
one is really
Absolutely.
rough.
All right, that's it for this episode. We post new full episodes every Monday and Thursday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss anything else. Andrew and I are going to be shooting our next short film in the next week or so. So keep an eye out for that for more updates. We have social media, every single platform, but we're also on Discord. Okay, so in there you can join in on the conversation. We take episode recommendations there. We just kind of BS around talking about other movies and shows.
You get
and
behind the scenes
updates.
information that other people don't get until it's way down along the line on the actual show.
Absolutely. We just did our 200th episode recording, so that comes out, I believe, in a week or two from this episode.
Quite a few of our Discord members were on there.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. We did a game show, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Split them up into two teams and kind of did a Jeopardy style point system. So that was a lot of fun. Andrew, did I miss anything?
No, just make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, and give us a rating on Spotify. Follow us on there as well. Helps the show grow. Make sure to share us with friends and family. That, I guess, would be something I would say that we do need to make sure to say. It helps the show grow a ton.
Absolutely.
So it's the best way for growth and helps build a community of movie lovers that we're trying to gain. So we really appreciate you guys watching. Any of those extra things, or all, help us out. So,
Yeah, definitely.
we'll see you on the next one, and that's a wrap.